Hi everyone, welcome back to Beauty by Trish, and I am here today with my weekly favorites. Now I'm putting my weekly favorites up today, which is Sunday, and then Wednesday, I think it's Wednesday or Thursday, I'm thinking Wednesday, I'm going to put up my October favorites. It's hard because I'm doing my weekly favorites now and I don't want it to be like, oh, let's just do a favorites channel. Let's just go ahead and get into my weekly favorites. First off, this is going to be a little bit different because I'm not going to go into things that I talk about, like I'm not going to show you the same foundation every week or etc. So sometimes it might be tips or points or things that I found that work. So if you're interested, hang on and I'll be right back with my weekly favorites. Okay, so for foundation this week, my primer hasn't changed. I've still been using the Maybelline All Over and the Pores No More in my T-zone. That's still, I've been doing that all week. For my foundation, I've been wearing this a little bit again. Talked about that last week. But this I have been reaching for the first time in a very long time. It's my Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation. I had seen somebody talking about this and they had had some issues with it. And I was like, wow, it's been a long time since I've used that. So I got it out. I've been using it. I have it on today. This is a really, really good foundation. It covers everything. There's times that, you know, if you just want that extra coverage, this works well on anybody. I know some people that use it where they work, they're not allowed to have tattoos. And they get this and cover their tattoo with this. If you like a foundation that covers really, really well, this is awesome. For us ladies that are a little more mature, we have to really be kind of careful with this. It can get cakey super, super quick. I love a full coverage, but yet when you have like full coverage, usually that cakiness tends to follow. So I do use this with a beauty blender. I do not use a brush with this, and I use it very, very sparingly. It wears nice. It will still be on like this when I wash my face before I go to bed. So this has been a favorite again. Concealers, I'm not using anything differently. I did pull out my Pixie in Brightening Peach. My ex-father-in-law passed away, so I had some dark circles under my eyes lately, but this, I love this. It really does cover it well. I wish it was in a different, I mean, I just hate dippy things, but you know what, whatever, it works. This is really good. For my eyeshadows, I've been playing around with a couple different eyeshadow palettes that I purchased recently. When I use this Too Faced palette, this is what it looks like. There's really, I needed a little bit lighter tone, so every time I use this, I would have to pull out my Lorac Pro Matte palette, and I would use this close to my brow bone, and then I would mix these two and put from my crease up to that, and then I would go in with a color out of this palette. And it was usually this one right here, which is Cobblestone. It's a really, really pretty, this one right there, that one right there. And then I would just go in and wear whatever I want. I have on this, 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 and this today. Yeah, but I've been enjoying that. In this palette, the glittery, kind of sparkly ones are, you can see, they're pretty chunky. So beware of that if you don't like that. I have really sensitive eyes, and I think it's started to affect my eye a little bit because I do have such sensitive eyes. Other than that, I've been using my Stila palette. I do have a Get Ready With Me, kind of a half Get Ready With Me. I just wanted to go ahead and use this palette, and I do enjoy it. The only color that I had an issue with was this first one. It just was a little bit patchy, a little bit hard to pack onto the lid, but I used several of the others and I've really, really enjoyed it. Use the blush. The mascara is very nice. And yeah, it has a nice big type mirror. So I've been enjoying this. This one does not have a mirror. Let's see. So sometimes that's a deal breaker with people. You'd be surprised. For contouring, I have been back into my NYX contouring palette. I have several contour palettes. I really went the Lorac one, so I'm hoping Santa brings that one to me. But I love all these shades. They're all just absolutely beautiful. They wear nicely. Pigmented very nicely. And yeah, so been really enjoying this. For my bronzer, I've still been using this Physicians Formula BB, but for the blushes, I've been using the blushes in both of these palettes. But yeah, so that is eyes and contouring. For my eyeliners, I've been using the MAC in Feline. It stays very nicely on my tight line, and I haven't really noticed it transferring down to my waterline, so that's a big plus. And then when I have been doing a real quick lid liner, I've been using my Sephora, and it is equally as black, and it is a very thin, very, very thin felt tip on this. I haven't been wearing liner on my lid every day. There's been several days that I've just done the Feline in my tight line and mascara, and that's it. Mascara, I've been using this waterproof voluminous carbon black by L'Oreal, and it's about time for this to go, but I mean 2 coats and your lashes are like, woo, I'm over here. So I love that mascara. And for my brows, I've been using my Anastasia. Since I darkened my hair, the Milani that I had is way too light, so I've been using the Anastasia in soft brown. And I've been using that on the inner part of my brow. And then as I get to my arch and the tip of my brow, I go to the chocolate. And it's like the perfect color. So I have been flipping back and forth between blush brushes, and they're not even close. I mean, there's quite a difference there. I've been using this one. This is one I actually got at AC Moore. And I mean, look how soft that is. Seriously? But it applies when you want a more controlled blush look. This applies it. It is so soft on the skin. I absolutely love this brush. And this time, like today, I used this one. And I just put it in my blush and just did this a couple times. And I was good to go. No problems. But if you want a more intense look or an evening look, you can always go in with a real pretty blush with this one. You can put it here, sweep up so it's more of a natural flush look. And then if you want to use a topper, go in with a brush like this, dip it into your topper, and then just sweep it a couple times and you're set. You're good to go. Now this is really kind of an odd thing. I've been really into keeping my brushes clean as I go. And the house is really closed up now because it's cooler out. And my asthma and my allergies have really, especially since I was sick for almost a whole week. Actually, I was sick a whole week. Trying to think of a way I can do it and keep up with my brushes the way I have been, because I really like having them all cleaned and disinfected almost immediately. So I did a little research, and a lot of people were saying they use the Bioderma to clean their brushes. Well, in some cases that's okay. If you're using lighter powders for your eyeshadow brushes or even blush brushes, I'm sure this is going to work fine. But it wasn't cutting it. I was using a lot of colors. I've been playing around with a lot of colors lately. This, I hate to say this, I really do. I hate to say this, but MAC brush cleaner is one of my least effective brush cleaners. The Parian Spirit and the Cinema Secrets, I mean, boom, your brushes are clean. For now, I'm wanting to use this up. This is my last of my MAC brush cleaner. So what I have been doing is taking a little bit of this and a little bit of that, basically equal amounts of each. And I've been putting it in my Perian Spirit jar. I got this with the first time I placed an order for the Perian Spirits to clean my brushes. I bought this. It was a trio. I'm sure it's still available. And this has been helping me get my brushes clean and stay clean. So what I've been doing when I start to get ready in the mornings, I take a couple little squirts of this, a couple little squirts of this. I put it in here, and then as I am getting ready, this is a gift for somebody, but I'll show you with it. See down in here, it's just your jar, and then it has this little band. And that little band goes in the bottom, and it keeps this, which is just like a needle point sheet and cut into circle. It keeps that up off the ground. See down in there? And so the liquid's down under there, and you can kind of tilt it a little bit, get your brush, depending on how dirty your brush is, and then just clean it like this, and your brush is clean. And it's amazing. So I have really been putting this little jar to use. I got that off Beautylish. There was a trio, so check that out if you're interested. And using these together work pretty well. Not as well as the other two, but it's going to get me through this. So I've been enjoying that. I do have one not so much. Oh my gosh, guys. I showed you guys this in one of my hauls from Marshall's. It is a nutrient-rich coconut oil dry conditioner. Well, I just colored my hair the other day, so I didn't really want to wash it again this morning because I had washed it yesterday for the first time since I had colored it. I like to give it a day or two. So this morning I thought, you know what, I'm going to use that dry conditioner from Oleology. Spray this on my hair, and my hair felt like I had sprayed some kind of texture something in it, and then taken baby powder and poofed it in and made it feel really dry and almost brittle. And then I got to looking at it, and it was hideous what this did to my hair. It did not work for me. So yeah, it's going in my empties. You guys will probably hear about it again, but it was horrible. I could not believe what it did to my hair. I had to get back in the shower, wash it. I was kind of bummed about that because I did just color it. And it's best to leave it alone when you first color it. So I was kind of bummed about that, but I'll get over it. I think that's it for my weekly favorites. I know it was kind of a few random things in there, but hey, a helpful hint is a helpful hint. I have no clue what I was going to say. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a blessed day. Be good to each other, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.